Not that it matters, but as a child, well, some weirdly weird things. There are some really weird things from when I was a child. Things like my garage moving to other things, which were very weird and very odd to Mike and his brother fucking with me. Um, by the way, like I said too, it was probably like 1980 something when Mike, my sister's husband, was like, "Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think I'm just gonna go get a job or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, like yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how we're gonna pay. I don't know." And I was like, "Mike, get into computers. It's the future. That's where you need to be." That's where the real money is. Quit your job at the theater and find a computer job. Any computer job, practically. Almost any company you join with is probably going to be a step up, and that's where the future is. Is basically in computers. Everyone knew it. Everyone knows it. Basically computers. I talked to him recently. It's like, oh, you never said that. I don't remember you saying that. Like, yeah, okay, fucking druggie. And that's, you know what, that's giving druggies a bad name, actually, because druggies are actually quite respectable and honorable and pretty cool guys, actually. Anyway, though. But yeah. Basically, I told him what to do, and where to go, what the future was. And that's where well, I mean, I didn't think that they were going to be editing their bank accounts and doing all that other stuff, but basically, the future was computers, of course. Which is kind of ironic, really. A lot of people would probably think the futures was in drugs, 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 and guns, 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 but not really. Computers are far better, and computers would solve almost any problem, and they did. Computer AI is way more intelligent, way better than even 1,000 people working. Anyway, though, by the way, yes, I played Tomb Raider, and I forget. I hate that when how they say blah 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 blah. This game company, that game company. You know, what I really want to hear is where. Like I know that there were some Indian and also some other computer programmers that worked night and day and like practically typed until their fingers bled practically, working out these games sometimes. Some of these games, well, like for instance, I know the Hells Angels had some things with some arcade games, and I know that also the Indians also did some things, and also the Chinese. I really wish that when they just mentioned the name of the computer company. They don't ever talk about the team behind it. You know, like I like I said, I mean, that's one of my benefits is that when I say Leviathan or Lusitania or or Belfast, it's like picture, 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 picture. Captain of the Titanic was captain of the what's it called Explorers 2, blah blah blah. Pictures, building crew that built ship, including the mopper. um, and that's one of the things that I have, Lucifer White Star Lines, and that's why I say you always want to remember your team. One thing that the gang members and a lot of people don't have, and they should really have, is basically like I say, that's one of the things that I have. Lucifer White Star Lines, me, is I'm like, and my team is pictures, films, ships, Lucifer White Star Lines. You know, and so like I say, that's one thing that's kind of lost in the modern day era is like, and they probably do have pictures of these people and stuff like that. But I mean, like, and I can be like, and Irish workers are, and like I say, the Belfast yard, every single building, there were 13 or 25 buildings that were right there, and they were all the different teams. And like when I say Auschwitz, and commanders are, even though they tried to eliminate a lot of that. That's one of the things that I have. I'm like, and my credentials are with pictures, films. And it's like, well, I'm Lucifer White Star Alliance at your service. I always saw myself as a little kid with a big black rim hat and two little six shooter guns at either side, like his Howdy Sam style. Like this little 3 foot high little guy. Well, it's like, where? He goes, I'm Lucifer White Star Lines. You know, um, and mining operations, cotton gins, cotton mills. I did other stuff too. I invented lots of stuff. But basically, my teams, are basically like Belfast, blah, 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 and all my factories, and all my people. So, and people like Carnegie, blah, 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 and Epic Cities, and basically, it's like, stamp, Lucifer White Star Lines. And also, there's other stuff too. Also, stuff like, what's it called? Uh, I'm not just Name of America and other stuff and stuff like that, but also there's thousands of projects and also like things like Panama and Cuba and everything else, and all those teams were working underneath me, and all my epic raises and stuff like that. Plus, even after as I named America, getting the ships moved over, there's hundreds of thousands of pictures and records and eyewitness accounts and logbooks and books of all kinds and all nature. I mean, like history. And that's just part of my history. That's just a part. There's still the rest of it. So, like I say, I mean, that's why I say, you want to make films, you want to record it, and I had one of the benefits of the fact that we would be building stuff, and I'd be like, we need to make a film, Like, get lots of pictures. And I'd be like, get lots of pictures, lots of pictures. And lots of films. And I would tell my people whenever they're going off to do stuff, I'd be like, hey, we should make a film. We should take pictures. I want pictures of everyone on the yard, everyone. And they'd be like, everyone? And they would take pictures of like the top staff. And I said, I meant everyone, including the mopper and the people that would pick up the yard and stuff. Everyone? Yeah, everyone. Every name. Because this is epic. This is everything. So, and all that kind of stuff. And also stuff like building like the Empire State Building and fitting the little different eagles on the Empire State Building. And they used to be gold, or the Empire State Building, I think, used to have gold eagles on it. And they later on changed them over to 10 or something. I think because people were trying to steal them or something like that. I don't know. They used to be brass or gold or copper eagles on. I think they were gold. I don't know. I paid for some stuff. I wanted like gold eagles on the Empire State Building. I wanted it to be like oh, there's a lot of things like gold railings on all my ships. I had a lot of stuff, Lucifer White Star Lines or Lucifer Star, and stuff like that. I don't know how much, because like later on, like I said, they were like, Rip, I gotta know, it's a gold-o. It's like, and that's why we don't have anything nice. Or like the bells. Like there are all these gold bells and all these silver bells, and like even the light posts were silver and gold. And people would probably talk about that. Even the light posts were gold and silver. It's like, yeah, we had a lot of gold and silver towns and stuff like that. And they actually painted over the light posts to cover up the gold and silver of the light posts, because people kept on running into them and trying to steal them or take them. And it's like, that's why they call them the Yankees, because they would literally be using both hands and feet to pull the gold and the silver off the walls and run off with it. And it's like, whatever. We used to have, it was nice. It was epic. So anyway, though, but yeah, and I paid for a lot of that stuff to be done, and it looked really good. Later on, I think they changed it for brass, and even the brass stuff got stolen. Like, man, you make something nice and then it gets stolen. Everything but cast iron or something like that, which is like gunshot metal, basically. I think they probably used to call it gunshot metal. Anyway, though, but yeah, lots of stuff. I mean, that's why I'm like epic Lucifer. And all my battleships and stuff, which were designed by Germans, by the way, or German scientists a lot, and also some Irish scientists as well, and Irish metal workers, a lot of great people, and lots of photographs. The only thing that wasn't photographed, the only question was, who was I? And well, I was kind of like a computer or something else, and also a Brian, and I'm the real Lucifer Starline, the one who named America and also invented the Constitution and the laws, because people were really doing a lot of horrible things. Like, even when we had laws, there's a lot of horrible things that were going around, and people were treating people really horribly. So, and the consideration of what is fair enforcement, what is your legal rights, do you have to tell, what is the Fifth Amendment? You have the right to, you can not self-incriminate to the court of law and all that stuff. Now incrimination, now telling me the truth, that's different. That's where like I am going to find the truth. We are going to find the truth. Or eventually at 90 or 100 or 120 years old, you're going to tell the truth regardless. As you're, it's amazing how when people would get to 120 or 90 years old or 80 years old, and they would like be grasping like, oh, I'm dying. It's like, yeah, that happens. Anyway, eventually I'm probably going to get old and die myself. But like I said, I actually, before America was named and all that stuff, and then I named America, blah, 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 and then America was like, America. It was like, anyway, and all my decisions and everybody unanimously loved me, and I loved them too. I loved all my people. They worked really, really hard, and that's why, I was always like, commemoration, photographs, pictures, films. And they did. And my people were amazing. They were paid to do it. They were asked to do it. They just did whatever. And then, that was long before the Congress came along. Oh. And Nixon, victory, peace sign, and the victory, I don't know, blah, 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 bullshit. Anyway, and Mike and his bullshit, his piece of shit brother and everything else like that. And Rodney. King Rodney, President Rodney, Admiral Rodney, Nelson-class ships. I mean, I don't know who did that, but somebody did that. It's like, no, Rodney, you can't command the ship, the entire fleet. No, and it was Nixon or JFK or Jimmy Carter that was like putting people in there, and I don't know. It's basically a bunch of people. Whatever. So yeah, that's the way it is. So yeah, things got a little bit complicated with me. Anyway, I had some gold guns that were made, and they were stolen. I gave away some gold guns and some other stuff, and they were stolen or blah, blah, blah. I had some gold guns made. I had blue guns made. I made a whole bunch of stuff, and then a bunch of commemorations, and at least the Chinese were honorable and honest, and they kept a lot of their stuff around, at least until some black people tried to take over tried to take over China or something like that, and then they were doing all this horrible stuff and lying and blah, 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 and whatever. I don't know. I don't care, so whatever.